It's very sweet. It's very funny. It's very lighthearted. And the show, it really moves and takes you along on a very fun, sweet, romantic journey.
Very modern, and the style of the music and the writing is very sitcom and like rock.
The music is really beautiful and different, which is really exciting to have new composers coming up with this wonderful music that people can enjoy.
I'm Ryan Cunningham. I write book and lyrics.
I'm Joshua Salzman. I write music.
And we wrote I Love You Because. Josh and I met at the graduate musical theater writing program at NYU in 2002, I guess, right?
Yes,
when we
correct.
Started. The first year of that process is you work with a lot of different writers, and Josh and I worked together and really enjoyed the process. We seemed to have a very similar aesthetic. So when it came to the second year, you were asked to pick someone to work with, and we picked each other. And that second year is entirely devoted to your thesis musical. And so we were both, Josh had actually just gotten engaged, and was about to get engaged, and I had just broken up with my girlfriend. And so we were talking a lot about how does one go from where I was, destitute and lonely.
It was horrible. You were in a very bad place.
Yes, and to the happy place where Josh is always. How do you do it in New York City, of all places, which is a very difficult place to find someone to date? And we started to look into stories that sort of encapsulated the things that we wanted to talk about. And very quickly, a friend of ours recommended Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. And as soon as we read it, it was immediate. We knew that this is the story that we want to tell. It's complicated, it's interesting, it's mature, it has original things to say about romance. It was more intelligent than any of the romantic comedies that we were seeing in film and all that kind of stuff. It really took a very earnest and honest look at what it is to find love with somebody else. And as it was written obviously a while ago, it was still incredibly contemporary in its sensibility and the things that it was saying, and were much in line with the things that we wanted to say. So we updated it and put it in New York, which is where we lived, because those are the things we want to talk about, and we reversed the genders so that it was about two guys looking for love. Now, eventually, of course, we developed the women characters, but developing the women characters actually came much slower to us because we're guys. So it was really about these guys sort of look at the dating in New York City and going from being single to actually finding someone that you're going to spend your life with.
We started just trying to get the work out there. We demoed the material at a friend's studio. We started giving that out to anybody who would listen to it. We started just trying to get into the New York scene and watching and seeing as much as we could, and ultimately had a performance opportunity at a specific venue where a friend of a producer saw the work for the first time and said, oh, yeah, I don't know if this is the right project for you, but you definitely want to check these guys out and their show. It seems like it's something up your alley. And then things developed from there, and ultimately the demo made its hands into more producers and became a multi-step process. I think it was written for the college setting or for small regional theaters, and ultimately where it's finding a home across the country isn't exactly that environment. So.
But it's getting done, I don't know, 10, 12 times a year, and at varying levels and in varying size productions and varying size houses. But it's being, there's talks of translating into, I don't even know how to pronounce this, Catalan, which is...
That's news to me. When do you
I got a Facebook message from...
You should send me these things.
I should, I'm sorry. In Barcelona, they're looking to do it, and they're going to translate it into Catalan. Which is cool. Great. It was really cool.
That's fun.
It's gotten translated into Korean, and it's getting done about once a month. And so it's incredibly rewarding to have it be sort of all over the place. And it got done in Australia, all over the world, all over cities across America. And to sort of not be involved in like this production, we were sort of not involved, and then all of a sudden to come in and see what people's take on it was, and is incredibly rewarding and exciting, and sort of has been our dream from the beginning. I think it's fun to go back and watch I Love You Because, which we wrote when we were 22, 23. There's a very youthful vitality to it that's very, very fun. It's something that we're not moving away from fun, but we're trying to head to as earnest and honest and as possible, which is something we were going for with I Love You Because. But I think that as writers, we're maturing in what our opinions are and what our ideas are about things, and it's less about jokiness and more about fun that is not about the joke, but about the honesty of the situation.
Now my roommate's a pain. This morning I missed my train, and my boss has got me climbing the walls. My place is 13 What are they doing in Brooklyn? Does the coffee cart guy know I'm gone? Did the New York Times come? And how the hell's my favorite bum? Did that car alarm go off today at dawn? Now I miss all the fuss from all the wackos on the bus who freak out every time the bus stalls. Sometimes you're wrong about where you belong. That's what home calls.
Say yes to everything, and any opportunity that comes your way, if you have the time to do it, especially when you're first starting out, just say yes. Even if you don't have the time, just say yes, just say yes, just say yes. I think your 30s are first starting to say no. Then you start to like winnow down exactly what you're doing. But when you're in your 20s and you're young and you're just getting out of college, just start saying yes to everything. You have more energy than you think you have. You have more hours in the day than you think you have. Just keep going for it, and there'll be plenty of time for saying no to opportunities in the future if you're ever lucky enough to be in a situation where you can actually turn something down. It's overextend yourself. That's what this time is for.
On a Saturday night.